2020 was a fabulously successful year for Mr. Satan. Join me, won't you, as we recount his top 10 favorite accomplishments in America. 1. The West Coast burned, providing Americans with a glowing recreation of hell. Only with fewer Republicans, Satan's clever trick was getting Americans to ignore climate change. 2. The misreading of the total non-exoneration Mueller report. Satan's clever trick was getting the Attorney General to ignore what the report actually said. 3. Not impeaching Donald for trying to bribe the president of Ukraine. Satan's clever trick was getting Republicans to ignore evidence. 4. The worst economic crisis in our lifetimes. Satan's clever trick was getting Donald to ignore a pandemic, even more than he does Tiffany. 5. Thousands of wholly preventable deaths in America. Satan's clever trick was getting the MAGA cult to ignore epidemiologists' requests to just wear a mask. 6. Famed pedophile and threat to many powerful men, Jeffrey Epstein didn't stand trial. Satan's clever trick was getting prison guards to ignore who visited him. 7. Trump gassing people using the part of the First Amendment about free speech to breach the other part of the First Amendment about separation of church and state. Satan's clever trick was getting Donald to ignore every word in the prop Bible he held. 8. George Floyd was murdered. On camera. In cold blood. And because of the outrage, Aunt Jemima was removed from a pancake box. Satan's clever trick was getting Americans to ignore how good they are at that racism thing. They've had so much practice. 9. Proving that Christians who support an oft-divorced adulterer who constantly bears false witness, covets other men's wives,
grab him by the pussy,
and tries to steal elections belong to a secular political cult, not a religion. Satan's clever trick was getting Jesus's followers to ignore absolutely everything he ever said. Glory! And finally, 10. Donald's democracy destabilizing post-election tantrum, aided and abetted by scores of shameful politicians and shameless attorneys. Satan's clever trick was getting Republicans to ignore that Donald was trashing America to line his own pockets with a wire fraud scam. Doing business as the Trump campaign's Stop the Steal shakedown. Congratulations, Satan. No one is going to argue that 2020 wasn't a devil of a year. Good luck ever having that type of success again, mister.